Good morning and sliding into afternoon. Judy Allen here, San Antonio, Texas, with Adventurous Stamping, and today it's all about keeping it simple or stepping it up. So it's an easy fun fold card, but you might think it's a little on the stepped up side because we're going to do some layering, right? So with that, let's go down the hands and let's get started. So this is the last of the free class kit to go, and the details are in the comments. So if you have any questions, be sure to reach out to me. And don't forget, we have this month's also Adventurous Sky is for the club kit as well too. So that mails out next week to club kit members. So if you're interested, details are there as well too. So let's get down the hands and let's get going, right? It's Wednesday. We only have a few days for the weekend. So I am using Adventurous Sky. I've done that for the last, since the first of the month, right? And today I've actually pulled out three colors. Originally I thought I was going to use this color. This is Boho Blue. This is Misty Moonlight. And this is Night of Navy. So I originally was going to go with this, but I think I'll go with this one. But I'll let you decide. You'll let me know. Let me show you. They're all the same in the fact that they're a fun fold, all right? So when you open these up, I sort of demonstrated this on Friday to teach me Nana on Zoe and Nana Stampin'. This is an 8.5 by 8.5 cardstock. I scored it at 4 1/4, and then just find diagonal. And when you do that, you just take these and you push them in like this, and then you fold your cardstock down. So let me show you what we're going to be working on. These are some that I've already used and cut out, but we're going to be using this as a guideline for our colors. And then this is what our background's going to be on the front here. And we can build it first. So I actually took this and decided what angle I wanted it. So then I just went to my designer series paper and I made some little tick marks at each point, and then I cut this out. So this is actually the front cover. It covers the whole DSP. I could cardstock. I could shorten it if I wanted to and make it have a little bit of that in the background. And you surely can convince me that I should. Here's what it would look like in this color, Misty Moonlight. All right. And this is what it would look like if I just shifted a smidgen and put a Night of Navy. So if you're out there, let me know what you prefer, and we'll see what we can do. It's just a matter of trimming off a little bit, right? So let's go ahead and build this first, because this is what we're going toward. Now, I already colored one small airplane. Oops. And I'm doing it all with pencils today. I could have done it with pens, but I didn't. With the Stampin' Blends or something else, but I didn't. Okay, so let me show you. So this is how I colored it right here. And if you want to darken this and all you do is take your blender pen like this here. So I put gray at the top here. And then I'm going, as I get darker, so this is Cajun Craze, the reddish color. And then I actually just dabbed a little bit of blue. Night of Navy. Let me get this Cajun Craze all done. Now I'll show you. Okay, so if you look at these planes right here, this looks more like Cajun Craze or Copper Clay. And so I've gone ahead and just colored it, basically that. I've just added a touch of Night of Navy just like they are right here. So I'm just to that, and I've got a little Night of Navy down here. And as I apply this, you can be able to see how it's darker, right? And you'll see more of that Night of Navy and right there too. So I did just a little bit right here on the sides. If you want it darker, just give it a moment to dry. And then you can sit there and do it again. And meanwhile, I'm looking for something white. Make sure I got all my color off of that. Right? Because you don't want it to be one color and you smear another color across it. So that's not what our goal is. Alright, so see how nice it looks? Just very much simpler to this here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to end up putting these up on dimensionals. Let me go ahead and get some dimensionals here so you can get the look going. Now I'll just put one in the center to start off with. Or at the front here, because this is a small plane. Just to give you an idea, right? Because I have this plane here. And we have a larger plane as well, too. Now I saved this one so you can see how I did my coloring exercise. So I'll put this here. Again, like I said, I came along and I just used the colors. Like this is gray. Looks like gray they have here. So I'm just going to put this here. And this one will be able to see the highlighting a little bit better because it's a bigger plane, right? So we have 3 planes we can actually stamp out and color. And that is the largest plane as well as the 2 smaller planes that we're doing right now. Now I didn't do the larger plane because it's too big for this to get on here. But all we're doing is just copying the same sort of thing, what we see right here. Okay. And so we're going to do this with, I could do copper clay, but I did Cajun Craze because I'm using Cajun Craze on the inside. And we're just going to come and color it. Then we'll use our blender pen. And then I'll put some Night of Navy on it. Okay. So if you don't know what to do, all you got to do is follow the picture what they have right here, right? And that's all I'm doing. Is I'm just doing it the best of what I feel like I see. Right? I'm not saying it's perfect. But it looks like I got a little silver back here too. At the top. And it looks like they did some blue. Okay? So we're just sort of doing this, what we believe is the same thing. Will it look exactly the same? It may or may not. Okay? It's all about our own creation. This is the blue. So it looks like they put blue here. And then they put some blue down here coming to the wings, to the wheels. And it looks like they put some gray on those wheels as maybe a little dash of blue as well. So we'll just get that there. But it's your plane, right? So you can do whatever you want to do. I just was trying to copy this here because I like the colors. And I'm using the colors in this. So it just depends what you're going to do with it, right? Okay, so I got the blue there. And then it looks like they came and did this right here. Everywhere there's like a little shadowy look. Looks like they did it with blue. Even here, as I'm looking at it, I didn't do it on the small one, but even here, if you look at it on the paper here, the DSP paper, that's what it looks like. So I'm just going to give it that whole look. See if I missed anything. Maybe the little blue right here. Alright, let's color it and see what it looks like. So yes, the gray is the lightest, right? And I'm just going to come across here with this. So as you see, when I lighten that up, that's what happens, right? You can see the blue, picked up the blue there. That's what we wanted to do. And we're going to come here as well. And I didn't do yet. Could add a little bit more blue if I wanted, right? Got this. And we sort of do that right there. And we do a little bit of blue there, a little bit of blue there. Alright, let's see what else we got. We still got to do the Cajun Craze, right? And I'm just going to come around. Now it looks like when I go to show you this, it's going to look like they did a little bit more than that. That's fine. We can come back and add a little bit more. So if you look at the paper here, on any of these, it looks like we got the Cajun Craze there with just a touch of the blue. So the blue's a darker blue, so I'm just going to do mine a little bit darker. And then all we got to do is come over what I already did, right? On top, looks like they used maybe on top the Cajun Craze. We'll do this at the moment. Now add some Cajun Craze, okay? So we'll do this right here. And it looks like they add some Cajun Craze right here. But it's yours, right? It's your creation. You can do whatever you want to do. That's the beauty of it all. Alright? So, if there's anything you take away, it's your creation, right? And you can do whatever you want. And again, I'm just going to add a little bit more blue to make this a little bit darker. Because in the pencils, it doesn't come in Night of Navy, right? It just comes in what they call blue. Blue, blue, blue. So all I got to do is come back and just re-emphasize. If I want it darker, just go back and re-emphasize the color that you want. Okay? That's all you got to do. Alright, I'm going to come back with my pen here. And I'm just going to touch up what I just did. Now, as you get through this blue, I am going to just make sure that I got the blue off. And I'm going to go with the Cajun Craze. Because those are just small, tiny pieces right here. So all I'm going to do is just gently stroke my pen across it. You see how that just highlights and picks up there? Okay, so you can compare it to the two. And you see how much we're really trying to work on getting that as close as we can, right? It doesn't have to be. That's what I wanted to do, right? So we're going to put this up on dimensionals too, so give us an idea. And then we've actually got some, I would say a banner. Reminds me of a tail though. So I have this already stamped. This one says to my friend. And I have another one here that says happy birthday. So these are like really long for my little plane here. So all that I'm going to do is I'm going to shorten this, okay? And it's going to be hidden behind the tail. Actually, it's not going to be hidden behind the tail. It's going to be hidden like right here. So I want to shorten it. All right, let's see about shortening it. Now I would tell you to shorten it wherever you want to shorten it, okay? So for example, I'm going to do mine right about there. I'm just going to take my scissors here and I'm just going to snip it. Now if I need to trim it a little bit more after this, I will. But let's at least get it on here, okay? So this is, I don't know what the technical term these are, but you've seen them in the sky. They do advertisement, right? Or they do banners like marry me, happy birthday, happy anniversary, you name it. They do it in the sky. So I'm just going to take it, I'm just going to add it to right here. And then once this dries in just a moment, I'm just going to do right here, I'm just going to trim it, alright? So the moment, I'm just going to make sure I center it, okay? There we go. I'm going to center it. And we'll let that dry a moment. And then we're going to do the next one. So main thing is I just want to be straight, right? So that's going to handle the short one, and this is going to handle the long one. So as you see and look at this, you see it's pretty long, right? So we don't need it quite as long. I'm just looking for the other little, there's a tiny piece, right? So I'm just looking for the other tiny piece that, let's see what I did. It was right here. Okay, if I can't find my tiny little, oh, there it is. It's a tiny, like I said, it's a tiny little piece. So just be careful when you're doing it with various things. Let's see if you can catch up with it or not. But you just have to look because it adds length to it, right? So if I do this like way down here, okay, it fits perfectly, right? And let's see if I have enough space. Okay, so my happy birthday is going to go way out here. So I'm going to go again, I'm just going to trim it. I have to have a little bit of room, right? So if I want to trim it, I can trim it right about there. Okay, because I got to leave a little bit of space for my happy birthday. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to put this one here. Because I really like the look of this. I think it's really cool. Because if you ever see, because it does. It reminds us of looking at an airplane in the sky. Or it does me. Because I remember going to, can't do this now any days, but used to, right? You could go to the airport. Okay, so this one I did a little bit too short. But you used to could go to the airport. Alright, where's my silicone mat? So anyway, you used to could go to the airport, right, and watch. I'll do the back of this here because this looks up. Airplanes take off on Sunday afternoons. You used to could go and watch airplanes take off, especially at small airports and large airports too. But you know, for us, we had a small airport by our house, and I'll just let that dry. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and trim this one. Looks like it's drying. And all I'm doing is I'm going to just trim it right here, right? I'm just going to come from the corner and trim it. And I'll do that on both sides. And then we're going to go and just add this. Okay. So I'm going to add it right here. Okay. So we're going to do to my friend. And I'm just going to put some small dimensionals back here so it's flying just like the rest, right? Okay, so yes, I did. I sat there and experimented on one side what I thought I wanted, and I flipped it back over. So that's what I do. Nobody knows except you, if you're watching. And then we're just going to take this off here. There you go. So I'm just going to put like right here because I want my tag to get on here. So this will fit because this is a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. It's going to fit in an envelope even though it's a square. All right, so I had choices. I can either get my airplane way down there, but I'm just going to put it right there, okay? And then we have where we can add some clouds as well. So and I did that intentionally. So I'm going to have this one here. And then I'm going to sit there and have this one right here. It says happy birthday. And then we're just going to put it on top, okay? So I wanted this to really extend out. like that, and we'll do it down here. So this one will be able to do it, right? So we'll be able, because this is longer, and so I'm just going to go ahead and put this down, and then we'll put the other down, like I said, with some dimensionals as well too. But see, this one is long enough that we can sit there. So you just have to look at the space you have, right? I'm working, doing a thing for a class this afternoon, seniors, right, in a home. And so, one of the things is I'm putting 3 airplanes on it because I can, right? You just have to do it landscape. And you can actually put 3 airplanes on it. So you just have to decide what you're going to do and how you're going to get there, right? It's all about how much space you have in this particular case. First I thought I was going to do happy birthdays, but it just wasn't, happy Father's Day, but it wasn't working for me. So I just went ahead and went happy birthday, because there's always birthdays, thank yous. But this is just easily could be Father's Day, right? I just chose, I wanted to use these little, I don't know what they call them. But anyway, it's the one that holds the banners, right? In front of the airplane. To my friend, happy birthday. And we do want this under here, okay? So let me see if I can get that under there. There we go. Alright, so there's our happy birthday. Our 2 flags. To my friend, happy birthday. And we're just going to put some clouds. So I have some little clouds here that I just die cut out of white. Now this one's a little large, but that's okay. All we got to do is just put it on dimensionals and we'll trim it off, alright? So it's sort of like, don't sweat the small stuff, and that's small stuff. So we're going to put this up with dimensionals. So yes, a friend of mine asked me, how could you use this like this? Well, I'm showing you. This is how you can do this kind of fun fold. Was actually the real question, is how could you do this, the fun fold with this? And this is how you can do the fun fold with it. Just easy. It takes a little bit more time, right? Because we have stuff that we've cut out. Die cut out that we have to color. Okay, and I'm just going to sit there and put this right here to the side. Let's see what that dimension was. Alright, and we're just going to take our scissors. Like if you took a photograph, right? You can't see it all. And let's see, we just maybe just a smidgen off of that. Okay, so we have our clouds, right? We have our dimension. So I haven't seen any comments or anything about what people may want. So I'm going to go ahead with my first choice, and I'm going to put this right here. So I deliberately, right? I deliberately did my paper diagonal so I could do my card like this. So in order to accomplish that, and I think I'm going to have to put some glue right there. In order to accomplish that, I had to take this here, like I said earlier, and make tick marks on the Design a Series paper, and then I just cut it out. So that's what we're going to do here. So I'm going to put it up here with the glue, and you know what? You don't even have to put it on the paper. You can just put it like right here. After I had glue everywhere. Okay. So we'll just put the glue here. Just a minute. That's too funny. It's like 1 minute it was like squeezing out everywhere. Yeah, now I got a lot, right? I didn't really want that much, but it's okay. Alright, then we're just going to take this. So yeah, so like when you build something on here, like I just did, then you're just going to put the glue on the actual base you're going to glue it to. Okay? So now the only thing I got to say about the glass mat in the moment is I've got glue on my glass mat, and that's a little bit of a challenge, right? The only thing I use glue because glue allows me to keep maneuvering it, right? Just a little bit until it really starts sticking. So there you go. So that's the front part of the card, okay? Now we're going to do the inside of the card. Trying to get some of that glue off my fingers, and I'll put that away because we don't need it. We could put an airplane on the inside, but that's not how I built it. So this is how we're going to build it on the inside. I actually took this one here, and this is the back side of the clouds. Originally, I cut it this way, and I thought that's not really how I wanted the clouds to go. But it was okay. It was because guess what? We can use the other side, right? So here, I'm just going to put this right here, and we're just going to center it. So DSP, we're centering. Okay. And then I also have this tag. We're going to put something on this tag in a minute. And there's one that I'm going to do on the bottom. So this is actually one of the 4x6s that you cut and use as is. But I'm going to use the back side here. I'm going to do the same thing I just did then. Because I just wanted all the airplane stuff, right? all the airplane stuff, the maps and everything, right? So I'm gonna put this right here. Now this, I'm gonna just put a little glue on two sides because this is actually, we can put a gift card holder in here. I have some pass it on cards that would work too, right? I always like to give some people some encouragement, positive encouragement. And then we're just gonna line this up with our DSP here and put it down. That'll dry, and this will make us have a nice little pocket to sit there and put anything we want in there, right? So this here, I wanted to put this up here, and it has where you can punch a hole in it up here. I haven't decided if I will or will not. Put some string here. I haven't decided for sure what I'm going to do with this yet. I know it's going to have a sentiment on it, which used to pick into that. And it's going to go right here, right? But I can put it on dimensional as well as too. And I planned on just stamping something right here. So I plan on stamping flying by to say hi. And then I'm going to stamp a sentiment on the other side as well too. So we're just going to stamp this here. Just like that. And I'll put that over here. Yep. Alright, so we're just going to put this on here. I wasn't going to do it dimensionals. I'm just going to put some glue in here and put it in the center. And right, this could be a bookmark if you want it to be. I didn't plan on it being a bookmark, but if you want it to be, you could. You just have to set it up accordingly. I'm just going to go ahead and put this down. So this was a tag that was already pre-done in the DSP paper, and I just had to cut it out in that format, right? So this actually is a little bit shorter because it came longer than I wanted to. So I just cut off the bottom so I could still have the same look, and I could still put some string up there. Yeah, because I didn't glue that down. So I can still put some string up there, tie some knots. And so that will be the inside of this right here. Now it's going to stamp in here, "You're the best, plain and simple." I'm just going to stamp it right across here. Just gives it a nice touch. And then I'm just going to do the same thing this is here. It's stamping Cajun Craze on Cajun Craze. So we're just getting a little bit and just giving it some, looks like texture, but it's not really texture, right? It's just ink. So we're just using the same color ink on that right there to get this right here. So when we close this, this is what it's going to look. "To my friend, happy birthday." And then we open it up. It's going to say, "Flying by to say hi. You're the best, plain and simple." So there you go. That's just that easy to make a nice birthday card with this fun fold. Okay, let's see that again. There you go. "Flying by say you're the best, plain and simple." Beautiful paper. Great cards for guys or anybody that travels a lot. You can put, like I said, you can put a gift card here, anything else you want. Money always works with some of my favorite peeps. So that's how quick and easy it is to make the card. So I hope you enjoyed that, right? Because it's all about creating, right? Creating, sharing, and giving. And it's so easy to do. So go out there and create, share, and give. And, you know, you could easily use this for Father's Day as well, too. So that's what it's all about. It's creating, sharing, and giving. And Father's Day is just a few days away, but you still have time to make a card. So be sure to follow us here. The video will be here for at least 30 days, I think. Depends on what Facebook does. And it'll also be posted on YouTube. And then we'll have the pictures actually posted on Instagram. And this is part of the free class kit to go. Look at the details in the comments. It ends on June 15th. So with that, be blessed. We look forward to seeing you next week on Keep It Simple or Step It Up. Bye.